Tales of Veldrith, Book 4, The Beast of Vetrskog.
Episode 36, The Signs in the Trees.
The forest of Vetrskog closed around them like the jaws of some ancient beast, dark, silent, and heavy with the scent of pine and rot. Each step Rurik and Tahu took sent soft flurries of snow swirling upward. The morning sun filtered weakly through the canopy above, casting long bars of pale light across the forest floor. But even the light felt muted here, as if swallowed by the old growth and secrets buried beneath the roots. Rurik's boots crunched against the ice-glazed ground, his axe slung over one shoulder. He said little, keeping his eyes fixed ahead, though every so often he cast a glance toward Tahu, who moved with practiced silence just a few paces ahead. The Skraeling's eyes missed nothing. His gaze flicked from bent twig to faint indentations in the snow, absorbing every sign the forest offered.
Tracks here,
Tahu murmured, crouching beside a shallow depression near a frozen creek bed. He pointed at the ground, where something massive had passed through.
Heavy, bipedal, not human.
Rurik knelt beside him and frowned. The footprint was elongated, distorted, with deep impressions where the toes should have been, but they were too wide, almost splayed.
Too large for a man,
he muttered.
Too deliberate for a beast,
Tahu replied. They rose and continued, the wind whispering through the trees like a warning. Soon the forest gave way to a clearing, a ring of ancient standing stones, moss-choked and partially sunken into the earth. But what chilled Rurik wasn't the age of the place. It was what was draped across the stones. Bodies, 3 of them, 2 Vikings, 1 Anishinaabe, strung up like grotesque trophies. Their arms were outstretched, their legs bent at unnatural angles. Guts spilled from torn bellies, frozen mid-drip, and their faces had been stretched into rictus grins, mouths stuffed with snow and moss. Rurik swore beneath his breath. Tahu said nothing, only bowed his head for a brief moment before approaching the nearest corpse. He knelt and reached toward the chest of the fallen Skraeling warrior, fingers brushing the carved pendant that hung from the man's neck.
He was one of my uncle's hunting party,
Tahu said softly.
They vanished 3 nights ago.
Rurik stepped forward, grim.
These 2 were part of the men I trained. We thought they deserted.
They didn't.
Tahu said.
They were hunted.
Rurik's eyes narrowed.
By what?
Tahu didn't answer immediately. Instead, he turned and pointed at one of the standing stones. A symbol had been carved into the stone in deep gouges, an old Viking rune, hastily etched, crooked and violent. But around it were older carvings, spirals and clawed shapes smoothed by time but unmistakably Anishinaabe in origin.
A shrine,
Tahu said.
Long ago, our people made offerings here, prayers to the forest. But this...
He gestured to the runes, the corpses.
This is desecration. Something has been disturbed.
Rurik folded his arms.
You think this is punishment?
Tahu gave him a sidelong look.
Not punishment. A warning. There are stories, Rurik, passed down through our elders, of a man who grew hungry in the heart of winter and ate the flesh of his kin. The spirits twisted him. His hunger became endless. He became something else, something that walks in shadows.
A child's tale,
Rurik grunted.
No,
Tahu said, voice steel-edged.
a legend. Legends endure for a reason.
They stood in silence a moment longer. The clearing was deathly still, even the birds holding their breath. Finally, Rurik sighed.
Whatever it is, it kills both our people, and it's getting bolder.
We must move,
Tahu said.
There is a cave ahead. If it's using this place to hunt, it will leave more signs.
They left the clearing, but Rurik's gaze lingered on the rune scratched across the shrine. Some part of him, deep and superstitious, shuddered. There had been power in that place once, and now it was wrong. As they moved deeper into Vetrskog's heart, the forest grew quieter still. Snow blanketed everything, muffling their steps. High above, the sun vanished behind a shroud of clouds, and a hush fell across the trees like a curtain. Then they saw it. Carved into the trunk of a massive pine was a symbol neither of them recognized, spiraling and jagged, like an eye that had been cracked down the center. The bark around it was blackened, the scent of ash still clinging to the air. Rurik reached out to touch it, the tree pulsed beneath his fingertips, just once like a heartbeat. He snatched his hand away. Tahu stared at the mark and muttered something in his own tongue, a prayer or a ward. Rurik didn't ask for a translation, he didn't need one. The forest was watching, and whatever was out there, whatever thing had once been a man, was waiting for them to follow its trail.